Hello, fellow psychology and gamer nerds. My name is Brian Hamilton. A fellow therapist on Facebook asked if anyone has any ideas or activities for a client who loves Godzilla vs. King Kong that would be good for telehealth. With this question in mind, I thought this would be a good time to talk about Primerva's Guide to Kaijuborn. For those of you who don't know, Primerva is a Patreon creator who self-published this supplement for the game of Dungeons & Dragons as a free PDF download in March of 2021. Link in the description below. This 24-page book provides players with rules for creating Dungeons & Dragons characters based on the Japanese kaiju monsters such as Mothra, Ghidorah, Rodan, and of course Godzilla. Let's tear into this, shall we? Primerva's Guide to Kaijuborn uses the D20 system. First developed for the 3rd edition of Dungeons & Dragons, the D20 system has been used to create some of the most popular role-playing games available. At its most basic, when a character in a game attempts an action using the D20 system, the character's player must roll a 20-sided die and add the character's modifiers to the result. If the result is higher than a predetermined number, the action is successful. Using this basic mechanic, characters can attack, perform acts of skill, avoid dangers, and affect other characters' movements. One of the reasons that I started using role-playing games in my therapy practice was precisely because of telehealth. Many of the interventions that therapists use in play therapy involve physical toys, games, and crafts. In an online environment, this can present a bit of a challenge since clients may not have access to the various materials needed to participate in the interventions, and technically challenged clients might struggle to share interventions with the clinician. To work with my clients in play therapy online, I had to get creative, and one of those tools I knew I could use successfully was role-playing games. For clients who are technically challenged, a good way to use role-playing games involves theater of the mind. Have them purchase or send them a set of polyhedral dice that they can roll, telling you the result, and you as the clinician will describe narratively the impact of their action. Personally, I like to use an online platform called Roll20. This allows me to display stunning maps and tokens that can represent the different characters in the game. It also supports a wide variety of role-playing games, and the clinician is the only one who has to have a paid account. That said, this platform has a steep learning curve for clinicians wanting to run games for their clients, so make sure you take some time to get familiar with it before you try to run games in session. For clients who are excited about kaiju monsters, I recommend using narrative play therapy. In your sessions, clients can externalize their problems as a kaiju monster. Anxiety, which we often describe in English as butterflies in your stomach, might be represented as Mothra. Socially awkward clients might externalize their problems as Mechagodzilla, a clumsy mechanical version of Godzilla. Next, clients will want to create an externalized version of a creature that represents the traits they feel they need to defeat their problems. Using the examples mentioned previously, a client might use King Kong, a powerful creature who demands respect, or Anguirus, a fiercely loyal friend whose strong armor and sonic breath might represent emotional armor and strong communication skills to defeat Mothra. As your clients are engaging in battle with their externalized problems, it can be helpful to describe the monster's attacks as challenges that the client must overcome. In the case of Mothra as anxiety, the challenge might be physical paralysis when one enters a social situation. Have your client role-play the behaviors that they feel would be good to overcome this paralysis. In the case of Anguirus, maybe the client has to say something witty or charming as an introduction before using the creature's sonic breath weapon. If clients do a particularly good job at role-playing these encounters, you might reward them by allowing them to roll 2 dice and taking the highest roll, or an extra 6-sided die that they can add to their roll. This gives clients a chance to practice social skills in a safe environment while having fun at the same time. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to be notified when I upload new videos, please hit subscribe. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I'll see you in therapy.